And I will go on. So this video today is going to be talking about things hidden in plain sight and why they are hiding these things in plain sight. What are you talking about, you may ask? I am talking about 5G towers. Okay? We have been trying, when I say we, conspiracy world, conspiracy theorists have been trying to warn against 5G for years. And why are we giving these warnings? Well, we're going to take a quick look at this video. I think this woman states it or can state it better than I can. Everything is alleged and fair use. Let's get into it, and then we will talk about it some more.
Wireless radiation has biological effects, period. This is no longer a subject for debate when you look at PubMed and the peer-reviewed literature. These effects are seen in all life forms: plants, animals, insects, microbes. In humans, we have clear evidence of cancer now. There is no question. We have evidence of DNA damage, cardiomyopathy, which is the precursor of congestive heart failure, neuropsychiatric effects. So 5G is not a conversation about whether or not these biological effects exist. They clearly do. 5G is a conversation about unsustainable healthcare expenditures. Why do I say this? We've been sitting on the evidence for EMR and chronic disease for decades. And now we're seeing all these epidemics appearing. So diabetes is the first epidemic. I think most of you know the statistics. They're very scary. 1 in 3 American children will become diabetic in their lifetime, and if they're Hispanic females, the number is 1 in 2. So what does this have to do with wireless radiation? Wireless radiation and other electromagnetic fields, such as magnetic fields and dirty electricity, have been clearly associated with elevated blood sugar and diabetes. That is what the peer-reviewed literature says. It is not opinion. The closer you live to a cell tower, the higher your blood glucose. That is based on hemoglobin A1C measurements. So the idea with small cells of putting the cells closer to people's homes and bedrooms scientifically is very dangerous. And from an economic perspective, it's dangerous. And you may not know this. I was shocked to find this out. But the way you create a model of diabetes in rats in the lab is by exposing them to 2.4 gigahertz. And this is not for long-term exposure. So I don't have time to talk about the costs, but the huge problem with diabetes really is chronic kidney disease. End-stage renal disease, the worst complication of diabetes, leads to hemodialysis. Hemodialysis is an automatic qualification for Medicare. And if you don't qualify for Medicare, we still have to dialyze the patient. And the state ends up paying in many different instances. So renal failure is 1% of Medicare, but it takes up 7% of all Medicare expenditures. I don't have time to talk about this anymore, but once again, the other epidemics that clearly link from the science with electromagnetic radiation are related to mental health. And this is straight from PubMed. This isn't my opinion. This is science. Okay?
For those of us who aren't physicians, what is PubMed?
I'm sorry. It's just it's our National Library of Medicine. This is where you would go. This is just the peer-reviewed literature. So we have 3 epidemics that clearly, they're essentially one epidemic. We have deterioration of mental health in the United States. And if you look really at the science, what does it show? And these epidemics are suicide epidemic, epidemics in violent, shootings, and the opioid epidemic. And I don't have 5 minutes is not the time to talk about this. This is in the peer-reviewed literature. I have a file to submit for the record, but these are facts. These are things that have just been glossed over by the wireless industry, and I really don't have time to talk about them in 5 minutes. I wish I did. But we need to examine our epidemics in the context of our EMF exposures. What does that mean? That means that the CDC tracking these epidemics we need to start measuring how much radiation are people being exposed to. And before we roll out 5G, and this means there are 4 kinds of electromagnetic fields that we know are harmful to human health. So radio frequency radiation, magnetic fields, dirty electricity, and electric fields. Okay. Our exposure, any given person, and all humans are affected by EMFs. Our given exposure has nothing to do with the research that my colleagues are going to cite with the National Toxicology Program. That is an assessment of the risk of 1 cell phone in the near field. Okay. What is our exposure in a day? It's not 1 cell phone. It's cell phones, it's multiple wireless networks, it's smart meters, it's cell towers. It's this sandwich, and it all adds up. And this is a serious problem for occupational health, public safety, and personal safety. And I feel that it's irresponsible to be even talking about the Internet of Things and rolling out a new untested technology when we're not even measuring what are our current exposures from the current networks?
Doctor, appreciate your testimony. Would you again provide us with your credentials? You said at the beginning.
Yes, I'm an MD. I'm board certified in internal medicine. I've been assistant professor at different medical schools, mostly in New York, most recently the University of Miami. And I got interested in electromagnetic fields after my administrator at the University of Miami gave me a new iPhone. I used it for 20 minutes on speaker and my finger was burning at the end of the call. So that was years ago. I started reading about the science and connecting with other scientists and really my expertise, I've taken care of a lot of patients with chronic disease. So when I talk about diabetes and, for instance, heart failure, that, the National Toxicology Program shows clear evidence of cardiomyopathy in that study. In other words, that's a precursor to congestive heart failure. And I want to just read one thing, if you'll allow me. This is from the United States Renal Data System, Healthcare Expenditures for Persons with Chronic Kidney Disease. So over half of the 2015 Medicare spending for beneficiaries aged 65 and older was for those who had diagnoses of CKD, diabetes mellitus, or heart failure. All three of these conditions, when you look as an independent scientist, not someone who's funded by wireless, all of those three conditions are linked. So diabetes and heart failure are linked with EMF exposures. It's very clear.
Doctor, what are your trained medical professional?
Yes.
We don't have one on the panel. What are we to make of the American Cancer Society, for example, telling us there's no evidence of harmful product?
Well, at this point, there's a national and international 5G appeal. I don't know how many thousands of people have signed, but the point is that many of these organizations have conflicts of interest, and I can't speak to, I don't know who's on their board, who made these decisions. My testimony comes from, I've been reading this literature for years, and really I got interested in it because I've spent my career taking care of so many patients who were sick in the hospital that when I found out about the links, I was just shocked. I couldn't believe it. So I've read these articles myself, and the experts who don't work for telecom and who are in their independent research, everyone comes to the same conclusion. We're not in a place where we should be debating this anymore. 5G is an untested application of a technology that we know is harmful. We know it from the science. This is, in academics, this is called human subjects research.
Okay, so that video right there explains the harmful effects of 5G, okay? The 5G technology. Now let's get to the hidden in plain sight aspect of everything. For years, artificial cacti have lined the sandy roads of North Scottsdale, Arizona. They look real at first glance, but tucked inside are antennas and radio equipment that are providing 4G and 5G connectivity to everywhere, to the area. You have the cactuses in Arizona. San Antonio, Texas, some of the street lamps are used for 4G and 5G technology. Certain street signs have that same capability. In California, here is an example of a fake water tower that is supposed to be modified for 5G capability. In Indian Wells, California, there's a fake palm tree right here that is modified for 5G capabilities. These things are everywhere, and we don't even know it, hidden in plain sight. Let's take a look at this video from Richie from Boston. Fair use.
This is also out west. Look at these saguaro cactus. Aren't they amazing? If I'm mispronouncing it, whatever. I'm from Massachusetts. That's a cactus. And so isn't that. But this cactus has a little secret. It's not real at all. It's a transmitter. You see what I mean? This is a man-made cactus that they're hiding their 5G towers all over the place with. And they're everywhere. These are absolutely everywhere. Hidden in plain sight. People don't really care too much about them. But I mean, they're not here and there. They're everywhere. Look at this stuff, man. Absolutely crazy. And a lot of people are under the impression that they're using HAARP, High Altitude Auroral Research Project. HAARP is old technology. HAARP, they don't need HAARP anymore. HAARP is old technology. What they're using now are these. They use these NexRad Doppler towers. These are basically mini HAARPs. Okay, we didn't used to have them, now we do. And they tell you it's so they can bring you the better weather so you can get up early and get to work on time, pay your taxes, shut up and die. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what these bad boys do. These things are these things. And if you don't know about it, go to this website right there, tempest.aos@wisconsin.education. It shows you the live Doppler radars running. And right now, they don't appear to be doing very much. Here's a couple right here. This one's shooting a pretty steady laser. This one over here is flashing up into the northeast because there's a storm coming. But if you watch this website, I'll leave a link below so you can check it out for yourself. If you watch this, you'll see these massive flashes. These massive flashes are what's controlling the weather. You combine those with Nicholson 1968. I'm just kidding. You combine those with the chemtrails, and then whatever it is that Area 51 was conjuring, because that is crazy. This little thing didn't exist. It pukes out of Area 51, makes its way directly over to the area where the fires are, and then the Dopplers start lighting it up. They can use these things. They can use these to control, turn, steer, intensify, weaken, do whatever they want with the weather. They've been doing it forever. It's how I started my channel. All of this combines with the chemtrails all day, every day, and none of this is by design. None of this is by a group of people on scooters running around starting fires. You just saw it come out of Area 51. Last time he caught one of those coming out of Area 51, we had massive wildfires, and now it's jumped from Palisades over to Hollywood.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't. Oh my god!
This is exactly what they do. You see this quote-unquote tree right here? It's not a real tree. I'm gonna show you. Look what we got at the top. Cell phone tower disguised as a tree.
According to DARPA whistleblower Dr. Paul Bacho, and a document that leaked from Washington State Fusion Center, cell towers are being used for mass mind control. Cell towers are weaponized with bioelectric resonance frequencies that can hijack the brain's thought center.
So I'm in beautiful Canmore. Couldn't help but notice this peculiar tree they got here. And what is that? A 5G tower. Disguised. Well, not a very good disguise, I'd say. Wow. In beautiful Canmore, of all places.
Wake up, everyone. This is all being done by design. I'm going to keep saying that. Wake up. This is all being done by design. There are more videos to come, so make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Set it to all so you'll be notified anytime I go live, premiere, or upload. Be kind to one another. Wake up. Please. Unapologetically, Mieka, out.
Hey, it's me, Unapologetically Mieka. Unapologetically Mieka. Binge work, tune into true crime stories on real life issues and more. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe. Hey, it's me, Unapologetically Mieka. Unapologetically Mieka. Binge work, tune into true crime stories on real life issues and more. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe. It's me, Unapologetically Mieka. Hey, it's me, Unapologetically Mieka. Hey, it's me, Unapologetically Mieka. Hey, it's me, Unapologetically Mieka. Unapologetically Mieka. Binge work, tune into true crime stories on real life issues and more. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe. Hey, it's me, Unapologetically Mieka. Unapologetically Mieka. Binge work, tune into true crime stories on real life issues and more. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe.